Okay guys, so today we are going to be talking about how to get a perfect physique and why maintaining a unmatchable strength and maintaining a diet that you don't have to go to the gulag to maintain, and what is not expensive and is just pretty good on the wallet. And I'll show you the steak and eggs diet. Please go watch my other video explaining the steak and eggs diet fully. And if you don't believe me about the egg diet, please look at this guy, Vince Steranda, who is purely on steak and eggs diet. If you follow these rules, we'll have you going from this monstrosity to this in no time. Okay, and how to get a pump physique, and also how to maintain it, how to get strong. So, first of all, just because you're doing 20-30 reps does not mean you're getting strong, but you are getting a physique. Remember, the more blood flow you'll get in your arms, remember, that makes you look good, not stronger. Stronger is never going above 10 reps and doing a lot of weight in one rep. So, you might be asking, what's the time of the diet, how to get this muscle? Now, if you don't know, and you should know if you're into bodybuilding or powerlifting, remember, if you tear, you tear tiny micro tears every time you do a very heavy rep, and your body will have to repair that. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why the hell am I showing a sandwich? And we'll get onto that. But how you repair that is, you know, the most muscle-building hormone in the body? Well, that's insulin. Now, what do you need to make insulin? Glycogen. And you need to eat about get off your diet every 4 days. And that's if you have a very slow metabolism or you're over 40. Now, if you have a very slow metabolism, remember, just go to 4 days. If you have a super high metabolism, probably 2 days. And that's what you need to stick to. Now, you see, and every 4 days, usually, you want to have a cheat meal and go have probably the best workout you've had in your life, like I did. Now, what that will do is that will refund that glycogen into insulin, and that will increase your muscle repair and strength, because here's the thing. So if you pump your muscle full of blood, it'll pump it longer because the glycogen and insulin will be pumped and you get hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is where your muscles will basically be in a state of massive growth, and you might have a pump for 2-3 hours, and which most people do, and I recommend taking about 2 hours to work out, and you'll have about a 4-hour pump. Now, if you're freaked out why you have such a pump, it's because you ate that cheeseburger like this or whatever, and that bread, that calories, that carbs basically all got burned away into your insulin, and you basically now have a lot of muscle mass. What you don't want to do is, if you do not even have a cheat day, that is horrible, because then you will not be able to prepare muscle. If you do not repair muscle, you will not gain anything in your workout. You will not, repeatedly not, gain anything in your workout. You will lose fat, and you will probably burn a lot more fat, but you'll stay at the same muscle, or possibly maybe even go to catabolic, which you might even eat muscle. So be very careful, and make sure you time your cheat days. Okay, and now we'll be focusing on how to get that perfect physique, and how to get the right adjustment for you, me, and almost everyone if you want to have the best of both worlds. And functional strength, as well as you can pick up the girls. So, what we're going to be doing is, we are going to be comparing, using examples from video games like BioShock in order to kind of get your mind working, and we'll be showing famous bodybuilders and powerlifters and how to get both gangs. Okay, so here is Eddie the Beast Hall, and you might be thinking, why the hell are you showing us this fat ass? I don't want to look at this guy. He looks like a 5,000 pound thing of blubber. Well, here's the thing. He is the strongest man in the world, and he is a powerlifter. Remember I told you about glycogen? Well, here, he has to eat like 50 burgers a day to get that up. And he is 100% confirmed the strongest man in the world. I'll be telling you how to get like somewhere around that. We're looking. Now, this guy is Mario Pudzianowski. Now this guy, real before, you have to mention his, a lot of his other previous stuff. He's a badass. He killed a Polish mafia boss with his bare hands. He was part of the Polog, the Soviet Polish police. And he has won the strongest man in the world competition like 4 times. And you might be saying, well, how the hell does this guy look like a piece of gold, perfectly shaped? And how is he so strong? The other day he showed us the strongest man in the world, but he looks like shit. Well, I'll tell you. Remember, if you're going to be in this in any way, you're going to have to take steroids. I'm sorry, but that is the harsh reality of it. Now, he eats whatever he wants, but on a cheat day, and here's how he works out. He does the pyramid method. What this does is this gets both, basically gains from each side. You are a bodybuilder and a powerlifter. That's what he was. Now, what you do is first you start at, let's just say, this is an example, 10 pounds, 20-30 reps, 20 pounds, 10 reps, 40-50 pounds, 5 reps, 100 pounds, 1 rep. And then you go back down and do it like a couple times, and then you stop. What this does is this traumatic blood flow into the arms to make you look like you're a picture-perfect person. And what this also does is that strength also combines in making you very strong, and you get the best of both worlds. And this is how he sculpted himself like this. Now let's use an example for young kids or video gamers like I am. Now, think of this as the guy that showed you, Mario Putinowski. Strapping looking guy. Big, strong, could easily win the powerlifting competition, no problem, but also looks great. And another thing, this is an example, but look at his forearms. Now, another thing is always get your forearms bigger than your biceps, or just about there, because it makes you look badass, and you always want to have that. Now, remember, like I told you, that whole thing where you work out that way, and that's how you get it. And remember, you want to maintain that bubble gut. Remember, where you look thick, like your waistline, but you don't have that bubble gut, which really, really, really helps you. And that's why you go on the steak and eggs diet, because you're able to maintain that every 4 days. Just go on that cheat day every 4 days, and you'll be looking like this. Okay, so now imagine this as Eddie Hall. This is just an example, but so basically it's where the whole physique is. Your legs are pushed out, your head is going basically almost over your shoulders. You have that giant bubble gut roundness that Arnold Schwarzenegger complains about constantly, and you eat whatever you want, but you can out bench press anyone. You can out bench press the entire gym. You can strip the entire gym of weights and do it no problem without a sweat. But you look like a flat turd. Your turd got run over. And because you have so much glycogen and insulin in you that you're building muscle at an insane rate, but it's condensed muscle. And that giant fat sticks out because you need what is called a power keg. That power keg will boost your stomach. So this is what a strongman would look like. We do not want this. If you want to look strong... Okay, the video's not entirely over, but can you stick around just for a little longer? So, that was just an example. Remember, the bouncer Big Daddy was supposed to be Eddie Hall, and the Alpha Series Big Daddy was just supposed to be Mario Putinowski. And that was just a little example for you guys. Anyways, now let's go on to, now, this is me currently. I'm trying to work on my body. I've come a long, long way, about like 2 or 3 years ago. I was morbidly obese, and I've come a long way on this steak and eggs diet, and I just got back onto it. It's great. Now let's look at me, fuck my shitty artwork, but, let's just look at, my body. So let's just imagine, look inside your head, imagine me with big forearms and bigger traps. That's the things that stick out of your shirt, and that's why it is amazingly important to work out of these. Now, this is just crappy artwork, but please, just think about it. Now, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.